Hi everyone, this is Smriti. Welcome to QA automation classes. So today we are continuing with our Linux session. So for today the topics I'm planning to cover are MB, the command MB, that is renaming the files and directories. Then WC stands for the word count, and then CMP is to compare the files, and then comm, the comm is used to compare line by line, and then diff finds the difference between the two files character wise, and uniq. Okay, so the uniq command is used to remove the duplicate lines from the sorted files. So these are the 6 commands which we are going to cover in today's session. Okay, so let's start, guys. Okay, so first we are going to start with the mv command. Okay, so what is a mv command, right? As I already told you, mv stands for the move. Okay, or simply you can consider this mv command as a rename command. Suppose you have one file or directory, you want to rename it to some other name. Okay, so you can use the mv command. Okay, so let's see, guys. So the mv stands for the move or rename the file. It renames the files or moves the file from source to destination. It can be used with the files and directories. So what we are going to do, we are going to go to a directory, and there we are going to see what are the files are there, and we are going to use the mv command. So before starting the showing the example, let's go to the sysvin terminal and see what are the options applicable to the mv command. Okay, so clear. So let's say mb hyphen help. Okay, so if you say help, so it will give you what are the options applicable to the mb command. Okay, so mostly with the mb. Okay, so we are going to use this verbose. Okay, I'll show one example. And if hyphen I is for interactive, if you want to do some operation like you are moving or you are using mb command, right, you are kind of renaming, then it will ask you, do you really want to rename, right? That interactive prompt will come where you have to give y or n. Okay, and then hit enter. So depending upon your input, it's going to perform the action. Okay, so no club, do not overwrite to existing file. Okay, so mostly we'll be using the v and the I. Okay, these are the two options I'm going to show you. If you guys want to explore, you can go ahead and explore the other options. Okay, but most of the time in the real time we'll be mostly using this v or I. Okay, so let me go to the home. Okay, home, then Phoenix. Inside Phoenix I have few of the directories. Okay, so let me go to the directory 1. Okay, directory 4. Okay, okay, I'll show you why I don't have the permission. Okay, fine. So let's go to the directory 6, and then we can do all the move related operations here. Okay, so I'm already in the, okay, pwd. So I'm already in the directory 6. Okay, so this is where I want to be, and I am already there. So let me see. Ls open l. What are the files present? F1, F2, S1 and S2. Okay, so these are the 4 files are present. Okay, so now okay, so let me move this S2 to S3. Okay, so before that I want to show you the content of S3. So how to see the content of S3? Cat, you can mention less than, or you can omit the less than also, that is fine. Less than s3 dot txt, not s3, s2 dot txt. Okay, so hit enter. You can see the content of s2 is 1 2 3 4 7 and 9. Okay, so these are the content of the file s2 dot txt. Good. So now let's see. Now I'll say mb. Okay, and s2.txt to s3.txt. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here, I'm trying to rename s2.txt to s3.txt. Okay, then hit enter. Okay, now let's type ls-l. Let's see if we have s2.txt or not. You can see here in the output there is no s2.txt. we have only s3.txt, because with the help of the mv command we have renamed the s2.txt to s3.txt. So now if I'll say cat, okay, s3.txt and hit enter, now you can see whatever the content was there in the s2.txt, the same content is present in the s3.txt. 1 2 3 4 7 9, here 1 2 3 4 7 9, right? So it's just kind of, we have renamed the s2.txt to s3.txt. Okay, hope everyone is following me. Okay, so this is what we did. This is the first command we completed. Okay, then now, so suppose we are doing the rename operation, and we are going to, whatever the destination file name we are giving, that file is already present, right? So here if you see, so we have s1.txt and s3.txt. Okay, so suppose I want to rename this s1.txt to s3.txt. So before that, let me show you the content of s1.txt. s1.txt. Okay, so it has 1 to 7, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So s3.txt has 1 2 3 4 7 9. So now what I'm trying to do, mv s1.txt to s3.txt. Okay, cool. Now hit enter. So when you hit enter, now let's see what is the content of s1.txt and what is the content of s3.txt. So now s1.txt won't be there, right? Because we already renamed s1.txt as s3.txt. So now see what is the content of the s3.txt. Now here what happens, the content is actually overridden, right? So if you say, here if you see s3.txt, the earlier content was 1 2 3 4 7 9, but now since we have overwritten, we have used the s1.txt and mv s1.txt and s3.txt. So what happened, so the content inside the s1.txt is copied to the s3.txt by replacing the all the existing content. So now 1 2 3 4 5 6, 1 2 3 4 7 9 is gone or is overridden by 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Here you can see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 is the content, right? So whenever you have a particular file which is present, already present in the directory, but you want to rename to that file name, then in that case the existing content is overridden, right? It's overwritten by the new content. Cool. Okay, so this one also we completed. Okay. Okay, so now okay, verbose hyphen v, right? I wanted to show you. Okay, so let's show you. So I have now s3.txt. Okay, mv hyphen v, okay, s3.txt to s4.txt. Hit enter. So what it is showing, is showing s3.txt is represented now by s4.txt, right? You want to see ls hyphen l, you can see f1 f2 and s4.txt. This is verbose, right? It says, right, what has been done. Okay, so similarly I told you to show you hyphen I. Let's see. So mv hyphen I, so now we have s4, right? s4.txt to s5.txt. So wow, it didn't give anything. Okay, let's see. ls hyphen l. Okay, so now the s4 is changed to s5. I don't know why it didn't give any interactive prompt, but it was supposed to give. Okay, so you guys can try in the other version of the Linux, it should give you the prompt. Okay, so different flavors or the different types or versions of the Linux, you might find different some things will mismatch. Okay, everything is not same in all the versions of the Linux. Okay, so but it should ideally give the interactive prompt saying like do you want to move the S4 to the S5, something like that, and you can say like yes or no, and then it would have done the action as per your preference. Okay, so that's what okay, so then now come to okay, so suppose I have a file here, right? So if you see the directory structure, I have Phoenix inside the directory 6, I have f1, f2 and s5. Okay, so I want this s5 to be moved inside directory 2. Okay, s5 is there, no, not there, right? Or maybe directory 1 I can move. Okay, so let's move the s5 inside the directory 1. Okay, to some different name. So for that what we need to do, so let's try mv. Okay, so what we are going to move, we are going to move s5.txt, s5.txt, because we are under the directory 6, right? Under the directory 6 we have access to s5.txt. I can show you here, guys. The main reason for me to show this in a Windows and the Linux mix things, because here you can visually see the everything and you can try the command so that your doubt will get clarified when you practice. Okay, so if it is everywhere it is command prompt and all, it will be like little bit confusing when you guys are starting initially, right? So yeah, so now if you see the s5.txt, it is available inside the directory 6, right? So from here I want to move it into the where directory 1. So I have to come out of this directory 6 and I have to mention the complete path for the directory 1. Okay, so I don't need to come out. If I mention the absolute path for this directory 1, I should be it should be good for me to move the file from here to there. Okay, so let me say, so slash stands for the root. After root, what comes? It comes, we have home directory, right? So after home, what we have? We have the Phoenix directory, right? You can see here. So this is our root directory. Inside the root, this is home and there is Phoenix. Okay, so after Phoenix there is dir1. Okay, so say dir1 and then say 123.txt. Okay, now everyone is clear. So what we are trying to do, from directory 6 we are trying to move s5.txt to directory 1, and the file name will be 123.txt. Okay, if you go and see directory 1, we don't have any 123.txt. So let me hit enter. Okay, so now you go to the directory 1 and see 123.txt is present or not, and what is the content? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, right? What was the original content of the file in the directory 6, right? s5.txt, right? Makes sense, guys? Okay, so this is how we can move a particular file from one directory to another directory. Okay, you have to mention the path. Okay, so yeah, now okay, so this is one more example. So what is that? Move the content of the hidden file to a new file. Okay, so you know the hidden file is a file whose what is started with dot, right? In the Linux, dot hidden. Okay, suppose I'm saying hidden file, I will say I am a okay, guys. So what I was trying to explain here, so comm command. Okay, so we'll have the two files, okay, having the identical content. Okay, so let me create new, okay, something identical content. This is which comm, let me abbreviate with the comm command only, right? Comm1 and comm2. Yes, comm1. Okay, suppose I'm going to keep a, then b, then c, then d, then e, then f. Okay, so this is the content of my hash file comm1. Okay, so now I'll create one more file called comm2. Comm2, A, B, C, D, E. What else is there? F is there, right? D, E, F. Okay, let's save them. I have saved both of them. Now let me close common editor. Okay. So now let me go to the Cgin console and let's try the command comm. Okay. So comm1.txt, comm2.txt. Hit enter. Okay. So here what it does actually, if you see the output, there are three columns actually here. Okay. So I'll show you. I have mentioned in the note actually. So there are three lines. The first column shows the contents only present in first file. Second column shows the content only present in the second line. Third column shows the content present in both the files. Okay. So since the content are same, A, B, C, D, E, F, so everything is coming on the third column. If you want to see first column and second column, we need to make some update to the files. Okay. So let's see. We want to see the things which are present in the first file but it's not present in the second file. Okay, so let me go to the second file comm2 and delete one of it. Okay, suppose let me delete E. Okay, now save. Now run the same command. Okay, so now you can see the first column is showing as the E because this E is present in the first file but missing in the second file. Okay, and these are the third column represents the common values present in both the files. Okay, A, B, C, D, F. E is only present in the first file. So now let's go and delete something from the common. Suppose I'm deleting B. Okay, now let's see. Control S, save, exit. Now run. Okay. Now you can see, right? So here the B comes, right? So B is present in the second file but not in the first file, and A, C, D, F all are the common content in both the files. Okay, hope this is clear, guys. Okay, so completed the comm. Okay, and then coming to the diff. Okay, so this is most important command, guys. You have to be very careful and you have to understand it properly. Okay, and there will be few interview questions from this one. Okay, so the diff shows the difference between the two files. Okay, compare line by line for both the files. The output shows what changes needs to be done in first file so that it will be same as the second file. Okay, so when you compare both the files, what it going to do, it is going to do a line by line comparison. Okay, so after comparing the line by line, what it is gonna say, it is gonna tell you like whatever the changes you need to do. Okay, so that the both the files will be in the like whatever the changes you need to do in the first file so that it will be same as the second file. The content of both the files will be same. So here few things you need to understand. So in the output, if you are seeing less than symbol, okay, this means it refers to the first file. Okay, and when you say see greater than, then it is referring to the second file. Okay, and there are three things on the output. Okay, so the first is the line number in the first line or the range of line number in the first line. I'll explain this one properly when we'll go to the example section. Okay, and similarly second option is either A, C or D. Okay, so different versions of the Linux you will see these options. So currently in the Cgin I can only see the C. Okay, A and D is not coming in my Cgin. Okay, so if you try in the Ubuntu or something else, you should be ideally able to see these things there. Okay, I have seen in the Ubuntu you can see these files. Okay, so if you want to try, you can go and try in the Ubuntu as well. And then third line, the line number in the second file or the range of line number in the second line. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so diff1.txt, diff2.txt. For this one I think I have already created those files here. Let me go to that directory and see. Yes, I have already created. Okay, diff1, okay, and diff2. Let's see, A, B, C, Z. Okay, so if you guys see A, B, C, D and A, B, C and Z. Okay, so these are the content, one file and second file. So if you see, suppose I am going to make a diff of both the files. Okay, I'm going to make a diff between these two files. Let's see what happens. Now I have to move to the directory 2. Okay, cd dot cd directory 2 dir2, right? I think it's directory 2. Okay, dir directory 2. Let's move there. Okay, and now cls hyphen l. We should be ideally able to see all the files here. Okay, okay, so let's compare between these two files. Okay, and so diff1 and diff2, right? Diff1 and diff2.txt. Okay, let's do that. Diff, okay, diff1 dot txt, then diff2 dot txt. Hit enter. Okay, so yeah, so I have already created these files so that this output will match. Okay, so that you guys, I can explain you, right? Instead of the creating the test data here and showing you, I have already created these files, so I can explain better here. So here what happens, if you see the diff1.txt and diff2.txt, if you see the content, so abcd in the diff1 and in the diff2 abcz is there, right? So these are the contents. So if you compare, so first line it is okay, second line also matching, third line is also matching, fourth line is not matching. So this d and this z, these two are not matching. So what the Linux prompt is going to give in output, it is giving 4c4. What do you mean by 4c4? So I told, so the 4 is nothing but the first line. Okay, everything is coming, the first thing is for first line, C is for second line, and 4 is again for the second file. Okay, this is for the first file. Okay, and C, we go to the this one, right? So three things will be on the output. Okay, so one is the first, second and third. Okay, the first one is 4 here. Okay, which is nothing but the 4. Second one is the C and third one is the 4. So the first one is referring to the first line number in the first line. Okay, not line, this is file actually, or the range of line number in the first file. Okay, sorry, typo. Okay, so the first one refers to the first file, and second one is a, C or D, and third one is the line number or the range of line number in the second file. So here range is not present, but I'll show you one example shortly. Okay, so now it says the go to the first file. So here if you see less than means the first file. So the in the first file, the fourth line, okay, the fourth line in the first file is nothing but the D, right? It's saying go to the fourth line of the first file, which is D, and C means change it with fourth line, okay, of the second file. What is the fourth line of the second file? That is Z. If I go to the first file and replace the fourth row, okay, the fourth line value D with second file's fourth line value Z, so both will be the same. Like here A B C Z and here A B C Z will be appear on the both the files, right? That will be the content of both the files. So that's how Unix is prompting us to make the changes so that both will be in sync, both the file will be the same content, right? Okay, cool. So hope you guys are clear. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me on the comments. Okay, so okay, so diff1.txt, diff3.txt, let me show those two files, guys. Diff1.txt you have already seen, diff3.txt. Okay, so here we have the multiple files. Okay, multiple files, diff1 and diff3. So inside the diff1 we have a b c d, there only one element was different, right? So here if you see, the multiple elements are differing here, right? So A, B, C, D. Okay, here A, B, E, J. So here what it will give you? Can anyone guess? So it will say from the first file remove the line number 3 and 4. Okay, because there was only 4, only one line. If we remove in the previous example, both the files were in the sync, means both the files were having the same content. But here what it is going to say, you remove these two lines C and D from the first file with the 3 and the 4 from the second file. Okay, change. So change the C and D with E and J, so both the file will be in the sync. So let's fire up that command and see. To diff3.txt, hit enter. Yeah, so here you can see on the output 3 comma 4 C 3 comma 4. So in the first file change C and D, okay, on the change, okay, from the second file 3 and 4, E and J from the second file. Okay, so if you change first file's third and fourth line with the second file's third and fourth line, then both should be ideal or identical, right? Hope you guys are getting it right. Yeah, this is bit important, guys. Just pay attention. Okay, so now I have one diff1 to diff4. Let me show you what is there in the diff4. A, B, C. We don't have a fourth line at all here. We don't have a fourth line. It has ABC content. Okay, I don't even have a blank space or a new line. Okay, so only ABC, and diff1 has ABCD. Okay, 4 values, and here we have the 3 values. So here who can tell me what will be the output? Okay, what it is going to say? It's going to say delete this line, right? Something similar to that one. So let me try that one. Okay, so diff4.txt. Okay, so what it is going to say, so it's going to say third and fourth line from the first file. Okay, so because the first file has the 4 lines, right? So it's telling the third line and the fourth line from the first file should be changed with the third line from the second file. What is the third line from the second file? The third line from the second line is C. It's telling from the first file remove C and D, which are nothing but the third line and the fourth line, and then replace them with the third line from the second file. So now the CD will be replaced with the C, then both the files content will be identical. Okay, make sense, guys? Cool, fine. So with this we are completing our deep commands. Okay, so this is bit important, guys. You have to pay attention, like how it is coming. Okay, so what is the underlying logic, how it is calculating the deep, what are those 3 columns. Okay, so here in my season I could only show you the C, and sometimes you also see like add and delete, right? In the last example it could have told you about the D option, right? So instead of changing 3 and 4 with the third line from the second file, it could have told you delete the line, fourth line from the first file, right? It could have told you that. So that is applicable in other versions of the Linux. If you guys want, you can go and practice. I don't know, the season is only giving me the C. It doesn't give me the A and D options. Okay. Cool. So let's see, guys. The last comment for the today. Okay, unique. So what it is going to do, unique? This filters the adjacent matching lines from the input. Okay. So what it is going to do? So whatever duplicate lines, okay, which are present in adjacent, it is going to filter those lines. Okay. So let me see. Unique 1, 2, 2 is not there. 3, 4. Okay. So let me see. Unique 1. Yes. So oh yes. Okay, so here if you see, I have the duplicate lines, but those are not adjacent. You see, welcome to QA automation classes. This is Smriti. Then again, welcome to QA automation classes. I am a HTTP profession. Welcome to QA automation classes. I love to code and test. Welcome to QA automation classes. So now what I'm going to do, if I'm going to use the unique command here, then it is going to give me all the results. Why? Because I don't have the adjacent duplicate lines. Okay, if you compare this line with this line, both are unique line. Then if you compare line by line, this line with this line, those are not duplicate, right? Those are unique lines. Now you compare the above line with the below line, those both are the unique lines, right? So it is gonna, though I have one line repeated multiple times, it, since it is not adjacent to the same line, then it will not be counted as the duplicate. So it is coming as the unique. So let me see, if I give, see, unique1.txt, let me give that in the Visual console. Unique, okay, what, unique1.txt, hit enter. See, if you see, welcome to Q automation classes, this is Smriti. Welcome to Q automation classes, I'm a HTTP profession. Welcome to Q automation classes, I love to code and test. Welcome to Q automation classes. Can you see, right? Whatever content was there in the file, everything is coming on the console. Okay, so now let's see how it removes the duplicate lines. Okay, adjacent duplicate lines or matching lines. Okay, so let's go to the unique 3. Okay, so here if you see, I have kept the adjacent duplicate lines. Okay, so now if you see, welcome to QA automation classes, I have mentioned 3 times. This is Smriti, I have mentioned 2 times. Okay, again welcome to QA automation classes 2 times. I'm edited by profession 3 times. I love to code and test 4 times. Okay, testing is my passion. This is the unique line. Okay, so now if I am going to run unit command, what it is going to give me? So out of these 3 lines, it will print only once. Okay, welcome to QA automation classes. And these 2 lines, this is Smriti, this is Smriti, it is going to print only one line, which will say this is Smriti. And here again, out of these 2 adjacent lines, similar lines or duplicate lines, it's going to print once, welcome to Q automation classes. And here I'm a HTTP by profession, 3 lines are there, it is going to print only one line. So next is I love to code and test, I love to code and test, I love to code and test, I love to code and test. So it's repeated 4 times, only once it is going to show on the console, and this one is going to show because it doesn't have any other duplicate adjacent lines. Okay, so now let's see with the unique3.txt. unique3.txt. See, welcome to Q automation classes. This is Smriti. Welcome to Q automation classes. I'm HDET by profession. I love to code and test. Testing is my passion, right? So you can see, right, guys, whatever I have explained, that is coming in the output, right? And there are few options we can see. If you see -d, so what it is going to give, it prints the duplicate lines present in the file. Okay, let's see that. So with the above command, let's try -d. So it's gonna list out how many duplicate lines are there. unique-d unique3.txt. Is it printing or not? I'm not able to see. Let me see. Unique hyphen, sorry, hyphen help. So let's see, -d repeated only prints the duplicate lines, one for each group. Okay, yes. Oh, sorry, I thought the line number will come how many times it is duplicated. No. So what it does, it shows which lines are duplicated, right? So welcome to QA automation classes. This line is appearing multiple times. This is Smriti is appearing multiple times. This is also again appearing multiple times. I'm edited by profession appearing multiple times. I love to code and test is appearing multiple times. But testing is my passion, right? So this is only present once in the file. It doesn't have any duplicate, right? It doesn't have any copy of it. So this is not present in the output. Cool, fine. So similarly we have -c. Okay, prints the it print the lines with the number of the times it is present. Okay, this is like kind of count. Okay, so let's see with -c. I confused c with d, my bad. So -c So now you can see, right? Welcome to QA automation classes. Initially it was repeated 3 times. And this is smoothly repeated 2 times. Welcome to QA automation classes 2 times. I'm a state by profession 3 times. I love to code and test 4 times. Testing is my passion. Is present only once. Okay, so it's kind of gives the count. Okay, for each line. Cool. And suppose you want to ignore the case. Okay, so I have that in uniq4.txt. Let me go and show you uniq4.txt. So if you see here, welcome to QA automation classes. Here, testing is my passion. Can you see here? Testing is my passion, capital M, and here small m, right? Uh, is there anything else? No. Okay. So this also, if you see, you should compare, right? So caps m and small m, it should ignore. Okay. So let me run for the uniq4.txt. uniq4.txt. Okay. Yes. Welcome to Q automation classes. I'm a state by profession. Sorry. So we're trying with the I. I already tried with the C. Hyphen I. Okay. Hit enter. Okay. So if you see, the testing is my passion, right? So the duplicate line is removed. Only unique line is present once. Okay. So because of the option I. Cool. So that's all for today, guys. Okay. So thanks for watching the video. Okay. Since you have watched till the end, please like the video and subscribe to my channel for more videos. If you guys subscribe, it will motivate me to make more videos. Okay, so thank you everyone. This is Smriti signing up. See you soon. Bye bye. Thank you.